Yo, what's up, my people? I know what you're thinking. This is not an objectional reaction. What kind of travesty is this? Well, you're right. It's not. Instead, we got some delicious animations that I should have watched a while ago. In fact, I'm late to the party. But that's okay. Because we're gonna watch some delicious things. 2 new animations. One of them 4 days old, one of them 8 days old. Like I said, late to the party. And they're both gonna be pretty dang awesome. So if you want more, go ahead and give this a like. We're aiming for 30 likes. If I can get 30 likes on this video, I'll be A-okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what a K looks like. Oh, well, let's get into it. For the first animation, we have PxAY. You get it? Because the X is there, so you can insert any letter that you want. It leaves ambiguity. You know, you can say it's a playoff, or you can say it's a pray-off. Actually, that's it. Is that really it? I hope not, but anyway. It's definitely going to be about baseball, and probably some monsters, because pray, that's some sort of deities involved. Anyway, let's get into this. It's gonna be good, is what I'm saying. Is that... what the frick? Frankie? Hold on. It's Frankie from friggin' Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. What you doing, girl? Or maybe it's Vicky. I don't know.
Hi, Mr. Baca. I'm here, like you asked. It's getting a bit late, though.
Maybe it's both.
Miss Liv, it's good to see you.
Likewise, Mr. Baca. Mostly because you said you'd pay off your loan in full today.
She's a pirate.
That makes me so happy.
Oh!
You're looking real good tonight, Miss Liv. A gorgeous outfit for such a gorgeous lady. Now, they're gonna be very pleased.
Aw,
Trying to riz him up?
I'm trying out a new look and haven't skipped any of my
Jesus!
daily workouts yet.
Actually, you know what? I agree. See, I was about to call her weird for doing all this crap just randomly in somebody's house, but that's the beautiful thing about calisthenics. You can do them anywhere, at any time. See? Do some squats. I do some calf raises. You can do... whatever this is. Upside down push-up. The body is a beautiful thing, and you should take care of it. Even in other people's houses. Change my mind. You can't. Anyway.
Yeah, we're meeting someone. Ever heard of the Champs?
Oh, you mean that gang of chimpanzees? Oh, sure, I've heard of them, but with all the crime in the city, it's hard to keep track of what every crook is up to.
Right.
We've got some time. Why don't I catch you up?
Is she a...
Champs.
Is she a mercenary?
Some heavy stuff. Manslaughter.
Is that a turtle?
Apes are huge, Miss Girls. Kidnapping. And...
What the...
What?
Oh!
You're also very accessible when it comes to making deals. So, I did just that.
Mr. Baca, why do you get involved with criminal groups?
Well, these are difficult times.
Yeah, speaking of, where's the money?
Not with me yet. Didn't I tell you we're meeting someone first?
Boo!
Oh, so we're picking it up.
Yeah, you can say that.
I know firsthand that getting mixed up with criminals is no good, Mr. Baca.
Duh.
But as long as you pay off your loan, it doesn't matter where
How did she get up there?
From. By the way, where are we going?
Here, to the old baseball field.
I like this guy's voice.
Just move a little to the right.
What the frick?
This? Ooh, look! Here's...
So that's why it's called playoff/pray-off. There are monsters everywhere, and we're playing baseball against chimps, and if he wins, he gets the money he needs to pay off his loan. Got it.
Wow, there's so many of them. I didn't know they actually played. I thought the whole uniform was just like a fashion statement, you know?
Well, it's not just for show.
You're playing.
They always play baseball here.
And so,
same time, same place every night. They're quite passionate creatures, if you ask me.
every night, huh? What are you?
I know. Are we betting on a game?
What was that?
If we lose,
This girl said,
we'll end up paying anyway. All of them do.
wow.
Right, I'll go first.
Dang!
Whoa, did you see that?
You don't-
I'm a pro.
You didn't know you were good at this? Oh, how? Are these actual monkeys or are they just silhouettes?
Back here.
Well, dang. Why are they trying to kill her now? What the frick?
Thanks.
Okay, they actually are wait.
I know. Besides, I'm kind of sweaty right now.
So this is her friend. This isn't one of those monkeys.
Thanks, Jerks. I know. Besides,
Whoa, so many curves and me with no break.
I know. Besides, I'm kind of sweaty right now.
What the frick is that? Hey, bada. Swing. Oh my god.
Darn it. How am I gonna get out of this one?
Bro, you killed Jerks. He's just dead now.
Need a raise.
Somebody help him. He exploded. How did you do that?
Come on, guys.
How does that work?
You said you were open to deals. Why don't we settle this with an agreement?
Alright, never mind. I don't like his voice anymore. Screw that guy. How you gonna trade somebody who's not even you in order for some money? Redhead for money. What are they gonna do with the redhead? This isn't friggin' Goblin Slayer. Get your hands off the women, please. Jesus. You're blue. You should like blue heads.
Well, then, come and get me.
Jesus. What is this, Randy Cunningham? Why did he keep doing this? Oh! Okay. Well, dang. Okay. Whee!
How am I getting out of this one?
I don't know. Land on the monkeys? Oh, frick!
Don't look up, frick.
You're gonna ride the monkey to freedom? Oh, see, that's what I said. Jump on them. Thank you. Go, Jumpman. Jumpman. That girl up to something. That is not... Okay, that's funny. She's still exploding. No! God dang
Howdy,
it.
Miss Liv. How you doing over there?
I'm barely not dead. You traded me for money, you frickin' prick. And to pay me back. What's wrong with you?
You son of a bitch! I could have ended up dead, asshole!
Right. Oh, what the...
So, shut the hell up. Now, tell your boss to remove me from the credit bureau and to quit sending those Scarface knockoffs to my door. Got it?
Okay, then.
Hope we never see each other again.
Same.
Aw, cutie pie. Don't be like that.
Wait, can't just
Tell you
shoot him.
what, why don't we have some sushi? You know, to celebrate.
No
No.
thanks. I'm avoiding fish for a while.
Is that supposed to be a joke? I don't get it. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody tried to trade me for money, oh, that's why he mentioned human traffic. I'm stupid. Well, still, if somebody tried to traffic me for money that they owed me, he would just die. Good job, Gerald Hills. Your voice is pleasing. People say that about mine too, but you know. Muchas gracias. Okay. That's an SML reference. Look at all these cool animations that I've already seen. Except for that one, but that one's old. I don't do old stuff. Uzumaki. Ooh la la. Girl.
At first glance,
They don't know
Ash
your worth. Tell 'em you're my girl. Anything you want is yours. If you don't listen to the internet, man, I don't know. I don't think I can rock with you. Anyway.
At first glance, Ash Ketchum seems like a pretty nice trainer, and for the most part,
Passion's burning. Okay.
Ash Ketchum seems like a pretty nice trainer, and for the most part he is, but sometimes he can become the biggest menace in the Pokemon anime.
Yes.
Literally to the point where Ash has created supervillains.
Whoa!
So believe me, let's go to Exhibit A. Casey. Her villain origin story takes place in the Johto region when Ash and the gang first arrive there, and they're walking down the first route. In the distance, they end up seeing a girl fighting a Rattata with her starter Pokemon
Chikorita!
Chikorita! Ash ends up thinking this battle is interesting for some reason and wants to see how this showdown goes down.
Right.
Now this girl is struggling a little bit against a level 3 Rattata, but in the end she ends up defeating Rattata
and one
capturing it, which is pretty wholesome since everybody has humble beginnings and catches some fodder Pokemon sometimes. Casey ends up getting pretty happy and starts dancing and vibing with Chikorita.
Aw, the little
Ash
lead.
and the gang mess up her entire vibe by looking at her like she's literally stupid.
Right.
This ends up pissing Casey off a bit since she didn't know she had stalkers watching her, but she ends up squashing the beef and likes Ash's Pikachu, saying that she loves having yellow Pokemon on her team. She goes over to pick up Pikachu, and I guess Pikachu was not vibing with her because he ends up shocking Casey. After all that happened, you would think Ash would give Casey some pretty good advice.
God, bro. Sometimes I forget that these are babies. Look how friggin' short they are.
Casey. After all that
Look how short. My man, why is she tall? Well, actually, never mind. That's a stupid question. Because but at this age, girls are usually taller. The boys haven't started that part of their puberty yet, so yeah, this is normal. But Jesus Christ, they're so small. Look at Pikachu. Look at how big Pikachu is. He's like, what? A fourth of their body height, and he's a freaking mouse. Why are you 4 mice tall?
happened, you would think Ash would give Casey some pretty good advice, because at this point in the story, Ash just finished traveling throughout the entire Kanto
Brock ain't much taller than
Orange Island, so he's a pretty experienced trainer. So tell me why somehow Ash ends up beefing with Casey in the woods about Pokemon baseball teams, and they end up challenging each other to a Pokemon battle.
And
but
Casey got rocked.
Typical battle, because tell me why Ash is talking trash to a brand new trainer.
Let's have a 3-on-3 Pokemon battle. I won't have to use all of my 3.
Like what? Even Brock goes ahead and tells Ash that she's a brand new trainer, so go easy on her. Misty goes ahead and tells Ash to wrap this up quick, because they gotta go to another city.
Right.
Ash goes ahead and says,
that one's at.
Don't worry, Misty. It won't take me very long to win this one.
Nah, the disrespect Ash has is absolutely crazy, but I'm kind of liking this new version of Ash with a bit of an ego.
Yeah.
So let's play a little game. If you were Ash and you were versing
version
a
of
level
Ash
5 trainer, which Pokemon do you use? Do you use Pikachu, telling him to go easy? Maybe use Bulbasaur since he's a bit gentle? Oh, Squirtle might be a pretty great pick since he's a low level.
Bulbasaur?
Or go ahead and use your strongest Pokemon ever, Charizard, against a level 5 Pidgey. Yeah, Ash definitely wanted to traumatize Casey with this battle because he was not playing any games. And in all honesty, to call this a battle would be extremely insulting, considering Charizard kind of just stood there and knocked out Pidgey and Rattata, and
he breathed on it. Freaking breathed on him. Bro, I remember this fight. I used to watch Pokemon all the time when I was a kid. And that's about when the time this was Johto Journeys? Yes, this is Johto Journeys. I remember this pretty vividly, and it was hilarious then too. Look at this. Look at this level of disrespect.
She said not playing any games. And in all honesty, to call this a battle would be extremely insulting, considering Charizard kind of just stood there and knocked out Pidgey and Rattata, and then he just used Ember against Chikorita, setting the poor thing on fire to the point where it got knocked out, and Ash ended up winning the battle. Brock and Misty went over to cheer up Casey since she got absolutely destroyed, but then Ash came over to Casey saying GG like you just obliterated your friend in a fighting game, and Casey took this to heart, ran away, and started crying. And the funniest part is, Ash did not care about this at all. He was just cracking jokes and laughing with the gang and moderating Casey. To make things even worse, when Casey was at her lowest and would need good influences around her, she ends up encountering
Team Rocket
in the forest. They end up brainwashing
and they recruit
Casey
her
into thinking Ash cheated in the battle because there's some rule where you can't use Charizards against new trainers. And honestly, Team Rocket's kind of spitting that is a good rule, but it's obviously not true. And with all this being said and done, Casey now has a brand new motivation to completely defeat Ash. And with all this being said and done, Casey...
They're literally wearing her freaking outfit, bruh. Team Rocket was smart in these earlier generations. They were bringing out robots and cool gadgets and actually coming up with coherent plans. And there have always been masters of disguise. Nowadays, they literally just show up and they friggin' fight. Well, I don't want to say nowadays, because now their series is over. But in the more modern versions, when Pokemon, the original, was still happening, they would just show up and start fighting. And yes, they actually won a few times, which is something they couldn't accomplish before, but still, it's definitely less convoluted. And I like convoluted plans. Dr. Doofenshmirtz type beat. Anyway.
Now has a brand new motivation to completely defeat Ash since she feels cheated out of a battle. Casey ends up going through her training arc and challenges Ash to a Pokemon battle again. And in this baseball diamond, Ash decides to go a little easier on Casey
and use Pikachu.
And only uses Pikachu. And when Pikachu went into Thundershock, Chikorita was actually pretty impressive.
Right.
Being able to block it, and Casey even got a few good hits in. And just when Ash was about to get serious and show Casey what's up, Team Rocket did their usual shenanigans, getting this big robot to hit both Chikorita and Pikachu, capturing the both of them. And the same old happened where Ash and the gang teamed up and got back their Pokemon and blasted off Team Rocket. After all this, Casey and Ash made up, and she realized Ash wasn't that bad of a guy, and you would think that her story ends here. She would go off on her own adventure and become a pretty strong trainer, but the damage Ash did to her went straight to her head, because let's go to Exhibit B, the bug catching festival. Later down the line, Ash and the gang end up going to a festival where people catch a bunch of bugs, and it's a massive competition, and they end up seeing Casey. Casey walks up to them bragging, saying that she's been on a winning streak and she doesn't lose anymore and she's a completely different trainer.
Didn't Beedrill kidnap them in this episode?
She also starts bickering with Ash, letting Ash know that she's a completely different trainer and nobody can stop her. Ash takes this to heart too and says that he'll challenge Casey whenever he wants and always wins.
Right.
The competition begins where a bunch of Pokemon trainers have to go in the forest and catch as many bug-type Pokemon as possible so they can win a prize. Casey ends up having some pretty good momentum. She ends up having a little beef with Ash since they tried to catch the same Pokemon, but Casey's being a pretty good trainer until the unthinkable happens. But Chikorita ends up getting jumped by a group of pine cones, and it's not looking that good. But Chikorita in the end ends up coming on top, and Ash tells Casey to chill because her Pokemon's getting tired, but Casey does not listen to her.
Oh, no.
Chikorita looks like she clearly wants a rest, but Casey does not care at all.
Just bring out the Pidgey!
And she sends Chikorita
Right, that's exactly what I was about to say. Or, that's what I said before when I mentioned Scyther. Because Scyther's the Pokemon that completely destroys poor Chikorita. Even though Casey has a whole freaking flying type that she can bring out instead. This girl is dumb. Just like her rival Ash.
With the Scyther. This battle went as bad as you could have imagined because Scyther was absolutely ragdolling Chikorita, and Casey didn't care, just telling Chikorita to keep fighting, but it was looking pretty bad. Ash starts realizing Casey is going way too far and wants to intervene, and tries to give Casey some advice to return Chikorita and just listen to what she says.
Send out the Pidgey!
It's too weak to attack. What do you know? Chikorita's gonna do whatever I tell it to.
Funny enough, Chikorita gets instantly clapped the second Casey says this, and Ash has to jump in using Thundershock to defeat the Scyther. Ash realizes that Casey is not going to listen to her, so he just starts talking trash, telling Casey to stick to fighting Weedles and he'll deal with the Scyther.
That's the first time.
Mad about this and realized that her
That's the first time in these earlier seasons that Ash actually used a super effective move. The first friggin' time, I guarantee it.
Chikorita is missing, because Chikorita wanted to separate herself from her trainer. In the woods, Misty's Togepi tried to give Chikorita some advice to cheer up, but Chikorita just seemed like it didn't want to be around Casey anymore. When Casey ended up finding Chikorita in the woods, Chikorita ended up looking pretty sad and walking away from Casey.
You disappointed me.
This is the time for Casey to apologize for being too harsh, but Casey instead went ahead and told Chikorita she doesn't allow quitters on her team, so Chikorita better smarten up. To be honest, I can't entirely blame Casey for this. The reason why she's like this is because she thinks that she has to be the strongest trainer by any means possible due to Ash's Charizard completely traumatizing her. And in the process of this, she just ends up pushing her Pokemon way, way, way too far.
Why are we showing
Team
this
Rock ended
fight.
up coming
That
over
has
and
nothing to do with
lecturing
the...
Casey, telling her that she is going too far. She needs to treat her Pokemon as equals and not as these tools. Misty even says that these Pokemon fight for you, so they should be treated with respect. These words finally seemed to get through Casey's head, and she actually started crying and apologized to Chikorita for going too far and admitting her wrongs. Chikorita ended up forgiving Casey.
She's a baby.
And they went back on the
Babies are
battlefield.
dumb,
And I
so
feel like
it's a-
Casey got the lucky ending, being able to meet good people and put her on the right path, because I don't think it would be that hard for people in the Pokemon world to think they have to be strong by
They're
any
not
means
dumb.
necessary,
They
pushing
just-
their Pokemon way too far. We actually don't
Dang.
gotta wonder about this, since we've literally seen this plotline with Paul being a complete psychopath sometimes. While this is going on, Ash ended up catching a Beedrill in the forest, winning
Right.
the competition, but then he ended up getting captured by Team Rocket.
Oh, it wasn't
While hoping
Beedrill.
lost,
That was a
Casey
different
ended up stepping
episode.
up to the occasion and using Chikorita to end up freeing Ash. And
But
in the
how?
process, Chikorita started to evolve
Yeah.
into Bailey. And with that, it showed how far Casey's growth as a Pokemon trainer has come.
16.
Ash was so proud of Casey
Level
that he
16.
even ended up gifting her the Beedrill, since she said she likes yellow Pokemon and all, and Casey was so proud of
It
Ash
matches
and
her.
went off on her own adventure. The next time we ended up seeing Casey,
She
was
has a
so far
Meganium.
into the Johto run of the season that
Jesus
by this point she
Christ! I understand it's a friggin' dinosaur, but why is it so friggin' tall? All three of these stinkers can ride on that thing. Look at Bayleaf and Pikachu. They're like, what the heck is this? Right, what the heck?
already had a
Jesus.
Meganium. Casey also started making fun of Ash for still
And she's
having
so
a Bailey,
small.
saying it should have evolved by now if he's such an experienced trainer, but Ash said he wanted to keep his Bayleaf the same and not evolve it to a Meganium, which I guess is nothing new for our boy Ash.
Right.
By the end of this episode, Casey ended up adding a brand new yellow Pokemon onto its team known as Elekid.
Yellow and
swore
black.
to evolve her team and become a super strong trainer to be one of the very best and even challenge Ash in the Johto League.
Casey
You
was
may
a
be
boss.
wondering, did Casey ever become a super strong trainer?
Nah,
Well,
she
we will
disappeared.
never know because the writers completely forgot about her character and we literally never saw her again.
Right.
So if you actually want to know who the strongest Pokemon trainer ever was, just click the video on your screen because I answered that question in the video.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't planning it, but I'm definitely gonna do it. Let's do this.
Knocking him out, and it was down to the final Pokemon, Garchomp versus Lucario. In the middle of this battle, Cynthia starts reminiscing about the times that she's had with Garchomp and how Garchomp has been beside her entire life and even helped her through all her research and how they're gonna put her all into this.
I'm gonna watch
Garchomp
this
and
too.
Lucario go in to try to end the battle, and they end up having one final clash, which
Yep, which was complete bullcrap, bro. I'm sorry, but I really hated this fight. Because Cynthia's Garchomp has always been infamous for its Earthquake. Because its Earthquake is not only stab, but it is devastating. Freaking terrible. It is the most disgusting move in Cynthia's entire team because it takes out so many freaking Pokemon. Ground is such a good type offensively, and Garchomp is a monster with amazing IVs, fully maxed out. Ay, ay, ay. That Earthquake, man, it could sweep if you're not careful. See, I was careful, but some people weren't. Same with Miltank. Well, Miltank did sweep me plenty of times, but that's a whole different story. So not only did Cynthia not Mega Evolve her Garchomp, but it also just randomly forgot Earthquake and started using moves that were not very effective against the Steel type. You think that Cynthia, a champion level trainer who's been on the top of the world for her entire career, would just start using Dragon type moves against a Steel type because, I don't know, she felt like it? No other moves? You think she didn't have any other moves on that thing except for friggin' Dragon Claw? And that's what Pokemon wants us to believe because they forgot who Cynthia is. The fact that they were nerfing her that hard and she still managed to get in a final one-on-one with Ash, like, be serious. And that Gastrodon went down in one friggin' Iron Tail, which is also not very effective. From a Pikachu! Come on, man! Cynthia doesn't even use Gastrodon, she uses friggin' Speed. Wait, does she use Gastrodon? I might be wrong. No, I think she uses Glaceon. I don't remember. I'm gonna stop talking, but my point is, Cynthia deserved that win. I'm just saying. Like, you can disagree with me if you want, but this would have been resolved in one turn. Lucario, Mega Evolve! Hey, use Earthquake, wipe that stinker out, one hit, easy, done. It's no question.
which double KOs both of them until Lucario
Gets up.
stands up.
He gets
Because
up.
of Lucario's determination,
Bull
they
crap.
are able to advance, beating Cynthia and going on to the
Bull
finals
crap.
to fight Leon. Cynthia wasn't even mad about this and said that she isn't going to retire from being a Pokemon champion anytime soon, and she just has to get stronger. So because of all this, it's pretty safe to assume that Ash and Leon are stronger trainers than Cynthia.
No.
This now takes us to the finals of Ash versus Leon. In this battle, everything was on the line to determine who was the strongest trainer, and Ash and Leon definitely gave it their all. But the main highlight of this fight was their final match between Pikachu
Charizard
and
and Pikachu.
Charizard. Now, besides this fight having some of the best animation we've seen in the Pokemon franchise,
It was amazing.
also shows Ash's growth up until this point, being able to even hang with Leon. Pikachu went in for a fierce quick attack.
It was amazing.
And him and Charizard were trading blows. Charizard used Ancient Power, bringing Pikachu way up into the sky, but Pikachu went in and hit Charizard with an Iron Tail. But Charizard was pretty evasive and used his signature move, Fire Blast, hitting Pikachu with it head on, and it seemed like the battle was over.
But
When
it
the smoke
wasn't.
cleared, Pikachu fell onto the ground, and he whited out. But when Pikachu whited out, he ended up
He saw
seeing
his
all the
friends.
Pokemon that he's traveled with throughout his entire journey,
And then
giving
he
him
got
strength
back
and
up.
encouraging him.
Somehow.
This gave Pikachu a major boost in power, charging him
Right, the dang plot armor kicked in, which is okay. Ash has used plot armor plenty of times. You guys remember when he was fighting with Spearow and they both turned golden, got a super boost? There are plenty of times when Pikachu specifically has gotten that plot armor boost, and I'm okay with that. But Lucario did not deserve it. Lucario did not deserve a pass. He has not been with Ash for 20 friggin' years, okay? He's been there for one, maybe 1.5. But he did not deserve the plot armor of Garchomp not having Earthquake. Pikachu could have been in there with Garchomp, and I don't care if he can't hit him, because in the anime, electric type moves do hit ground types. Okay? If he had gotten a Gigavolt Havoc, or 10,000 volt, whatever the heck, and killed Garchomp, it would have been crazy. It would have been complete nonsense, but I would have actually been okay with that. But no, they gave it to Lucario, the Pokemon that I couldn't use against Garchomp because it killed me in one hit, because it's faster than everything.
up to do one final attack against Leon's Charizard.
Yep.
They ended up headbutting head to
And he
head,
didn't even-
you could tell that they pushed each
And the bullcrap part about this battle is Leon let him use all 3 gimmicks, and he didn't use Jack. He didn't even Mega Evolve his Charizard.
other to the absolute
Like
limit.
Elaine
This
did.
is the pinnacle of Pokemon battles. But in the end, when they both backed off, Pikachu was left standing and Leon's Charizard knocked out.
Somehow.
Ash ended up winning the Masters
Like,
8 and
it's a-
giving
you
Leon
got a
his
type
first
advantage.
defeat. And with that, I would feel pretty comfortable putting Ash over Leon in terms of strength, even though Ash had a bit of plot armor. Knowing all that, we can answer who is the strongest Pokemon
Cynthia.
trainer. In terms of strictly game lore, I would still consider Leon the strongest and even over Red.
Cynthia.
Leon has a lot more feats compared to Red, and since Ash doesn't exist in the Pokemon games, the only defeat Leon really has is against you, the player.
Cynthia.
But overall, across all mediums of anime, for a main protagonist, I would consider Ash the strongest.
Because he's the
We've really seen him
protagonist.
grow from a little kid from Palatown to being a 2-time champion in the Pokemon universe. And you guys heavily seem to agree with this, since I went ahead and asked you guys, and 66% of you guys believe Ash is the strongest Pokemon.
You see how Cynthia was above Leon? See, Red is tough. Red is freaking strong, bro. But I'm gonna be a hater here. And I'm gonna keep hating until the day I die. Because Cynthia should not have lost that battle. Okay? I don't care about friggin' Leon. But Cynthia? Nah. Because at least with Pikachu versus Charizard, he had a type advantage. Okay? He had a type advantage. It's perfectly reasonable that an electric type Volt Tackle powered by with the power of love would destroy that Charizard. But the Garchomp that has been the bane of every Sinnoh player's existence for the past... When did Sinnoh come out? When I was like 6? I was playing Pokemon Platinum when I was like 5. So it's been at least 15 years. Not knowing one of their main moves and only using a non-super effective move. No Sand Tomb? No nothing? Why would a Garchomp know Sand Tomb? I don't know. But you see my point. You see my frustration. And if you don't, then you're not a Pokemon fan, bro. If you don't see why I'm frustrated, then I just assume that you do not understand what I'm saying. Because you can still think that Ash is stronger than Cynthia, but anybody can understand why I would have a problem with it. I have made this video way longer than it needs to be. Let me shut up. Cynthia spamming Dragon Claw on that little Jekyll was nonsense, and nobody can tell me otherwise, 'cause if you don't understand that, then I don't really know what to say. If he had won literally any other way except them nerfing her strategy and her prodigy, bro. Those are two completely different words, but they did not have to nerf her ace, man. If they had nerfed Gastrodon and they nerfed Garchomp, bro. If they did not nerf Garchomp and they actually found another way for him to win, then this stupid argument would never have began. I know I could have found a way to make that save again, but I really do not care as long as Cynthia wins, okay? I'm just saying. This was supposed to be like a 15-minute video, man. You know what? Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I ain't got anything else. You are loved, you're appreciated, you're gonna do amazing things. Keep being great. And I'm out. Peace.